Hi, everybody. Welcome to my barking wife. Hey, everybody. It's the Multi-Mom, Candace Craft, and welcome to the Multi-Mom Plus. What is the Multi-Mom Plus? Well, you've heard of Disney Plus, and there's Discovery Plus, and now there is Paramount Plus, and this is going to be the Multi-Mom Plus, and it works on so many levels. I'm going to call this new section of my channel the Multi-Mom Plus because it's going to offer a whole new bit of content that I've never added before. Alright, so you guys might know if you follow my Twitter that since we've got my brother's kids, we've all been able to start taking better care of our health. And that means I've been able to see a doctor. We're able to have dentist appointments now and vision appointments and just get everything taken care of. One of those things was when Tricity, I thought she had celiac disease, which means you're gluten intolerant. But after she saw a specialist for it, they actually reversed that decision. And then there's Adam with his kidney failure. Right now he's doing a lot of testing to try and get onto the kidney transplant list. And he goes to dialysis every day, but they want him to get his dental work done first. And he takes a binder every day for his phosphorus levels because they're pretty high. So hopefully this year we'll be having a big surgery for Adam if he makes it onto the list and they find someone compatible. I have some issues as well, which is what I wanted to talk about today. Let's go back a few years when I used to play Minecraft and I would build on servers and I would talk on Skype with the build team or some of my friends when we were just playing around. Is Skype even a thing anymore? And I would fall asleep a lot. I was falling asleep all the time in calls. And I just figured maybe I'd just been on too long, maybe building was boring, and I never really got to have it checked out because I couldn't afford to see a doctor. The doctors wanted money up front, which meant they wouldn't see me without having their payment first. Well, now that I have insurance and I've been able to see a doctor, I found out that I have diabetes type 2, I have hypothyroidism, I have anemia, I have sleep apnea. All those things will make you exhausted. On top of that, I recently found out that I have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and I have polycystic ovarian syndrome. Both of those things also cause fatigue. I feel like I can't talk. Both of those things cause fatigue, which no wonder I couldn't stay awake. I was always falling asleep. So all those things combined, it's no wonder that I couldn't stay awake if I sat still for longer than 30 minutes at a time. Now, I'll admit, I've always been kind of a thick girl, but I wasn't really unhealthy because if I was, they would have told me when they did all the blood work when I was pregnant with Tricity, which means between then and now, I had developed all these issues. I'm also sure that spending the weekends drinking with my best friend Requiem Star wasn't the best idea either. I'm sure that didn't help my liver any. But you see, both of us were best friends in high school. We were best friends as adults. We both worked from home. So on the weekends, we would sit on Skype. We would usually play on VR chat or Minecraft or something. And then we would have some drinks and troll people. That's what we did. It was fun. And one of these days, I'll put up those videos. It's going to be my tribute to Star because I know she would have wanted me to share them. I have one up, but there's a lot more. But I gained some weight then. I was spoiled. It was a really good job. I was making quite a bit every week. So then I was, eating what I wanted, doing what I wanted, living how I wanted. As long as I got my work done, then the rest of it was fun. It was a fun time. But now I'm paying for it. And then after she passed away, I took it really hard. I was crying every day. I grieved so hard. I stopped drinking. I even stopped drinking soda and coffee because I was scared about the caffeine because she had died from a blood clot. And caffeine has been known to attribute to blood clots. I couldn't even bring myself to sit at the computer anymore and edit videos because I was scared of sitting there thinking I might get a blood clot like she did, because our lives were so parallel. We both sat at our desks all the time, playing games, working. Our whole life revolved around our computers. And I was scared that the same thing was going to happen to me. I lost my job. I tried to do the best that I could, but it's hard to work in customer service when all you want to do is lay in bed and cry. I don't want to make this video about start passing. I don't want to cry, but I do have to realize that helped contribute to me gaining another 100 pounds during that time. But then all this happened with my brother's kids, and I had to stop crying every day. I had to realize that these kids needed my help. They needed us, and we needed them. And I honestly feel like that was her way of trying to distract me. I feel like she's working behind the scenes. As crazy as it sounds, I feel like she has been guiding me and steering me in the right direction and protecting me, looking out for me. But all through 2020 and even now, things have just been going right. As crappy as the world has been, things have been going good. For us, we've been getting by, and I've been able to start fixing my health problems. I'm a strong believer in everything happens for a reason. And I believe that that's why this happened with my brother's kids. So that way I wouldn't be so depressed all the time. I don't really think I was depressed. I was just really, really sad. The way I think about it is depression's more like where you feel bad and you don't really have a reason why, but I had a reason why. She was an amazing person. She was my other side of my brain. Every time I was having trouble, she would be there to talk me down. It's like every time I would start floating away, she was there to pull me back down. And every time that she would start sinking in, I was there to lift her up. And I'm still really not over it. But I do feel like she's still with me. Anyway, I feel like if we hadn't got the kids, then we would have been able to have this insurance, and I never would have found out what was wrong with me. Just like with the PCOS, I feel like I got the polycystic ovarian syndrome after I had Tricity. So that way I wouldn't be able to have more kids, and we would have room for my brother's kids. That's how I feel. And now that we have them and Tricity's older, I'm able to get this fixed so I can go back to being normal again. Because once I have the surgery that I am about to announce, then it's supposed to solve all my health problems. Supposedly. We will see. But anyway, I believe that the reason why I can fix it now is because I'm more older and responsible and able to handle a slimmer body. Because let's face it, I know if I had been skinny in my youth, I probably would have been a stripper or something. For those friends that know me online, they know my personality, especially those VR chat friends back in the day. Would I do that now? Hell no. I mean, I know I still, look good for my age. I'm going to be 39 this year, but I couldn't do that anymore. Anyway, back in the middle of November to the middle of January, I missed a couple of doctor's appointments because we were really busy with a bunch of other appointments. Adam was having stuff done and holidays, and so since I didn't have my doctor's appointments, I wasn't able to get my prescriptions refilled. So I was out of medicine for like 2 months. Then I went to my doctor's appointment, and they checked my blood levels and said that my triglycerides were really high. My liver enzymes were too high. So she wanted me to have an ultrasound done on my liver, and I had it done, and they said that I have non-alcoholic. Well, first she wanted me to make sure I didn't have hepatitis C. And I was like, there's no way that I could because I haven't left the house because of coronavirus. So there's nobody I would have came in contact with hepatitis C. So the results came back and they said I had non-alcoholic fatty liver disease because I hadn't drank since the end of 2018, right before Star passed. And then after that, I didn't drink at all because, like I told you. So since I had the fatty liver disease, they suggested that I talk to a bariatric surgeon. Y'all probably didn't even know I got to be this big, did ya? That's because I've always been worried about how I look, and that's why you'd only see like pictures of me from the boobs up. Like even on this video, it's like shoulders up. And that's because I take things at a higher angle. Let me show you. This is with the camera up. This is if I bring it down. Then you get to see all this. Camera up, looking pretty fly. Camera down, like a overweight white guy. Camera angles make all the difference. That's why for the TheMultiMom Plus, I will probably be doing all the videos straight ahead. This is straight ahead. So that way, after the surgery, you will start to see a difference in my face, and I will be able to tell a difference in my face. So, straight ahead. It's not like I was going to point it out. I mean, I see myself every day. I wasn't going to make other people to have to see it. And I was fine with it as long as I was doing okay. But now I'm not, which is why I got to fix it. And my body was nobody's business. My body was nobody's business, so long as I didn't wish to share. But, you know, nobody ever asked me, and I wasn't going to correct them. They just made their own assumptions. So why am I doing this now? Because hopefully things are going to change for the better. And now I don't mind sharing. I still feel like a skinny girl in a big body, though. And I always thought, other than my weight, I'm pretty awesome. But when those test results came back, I knew I better get right because those 5 kids need me. And we don't know how long Adam's going to be here. Hopefully for a long time. But with kidney patients, you never know. Come here. Come here, Junko. Snoots. Come here, Snoots. Snooty booty. It's Snoots. Hi, baby. My Snoots. Say hi. You see the camera there? Say hi. Can you say hi? No, you're always quiet, aren't you? Unless you're in heat. Oh, Lord. Snooty booty. She's such a pretty calico. Look at the camera. Look at the camera over here. Don't look at the camera. Look at the camera. Right here. Look over here. I have so much confidence, though. Can you imagine? That sun is shining right in my face. Because I always thought, yeah, I'm cute, but my weight makes me not as cute as I could be. Yeah, I'm talented, but my weight holds me back. Can you imagine? I'm gonna be unstoppable. Without that as my excuse, ooh, baby. Right now, though, there's a lot of work to be done. Sorry for the camera wobble. It's hanging from the bed. See my purple lights. If you look up, there's the bed. Anyway, I'm at the point now where I can't stand longer than 10 minutes without my back feeling like it's gonna break. I have an exaggerated lumbar curve anyway, so instead of like having a normal back, mine's like wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow.
So I've got that back strain, and the added weight doesn't help any. I did try to get into water aerobics, which wasn't so bad. There was a lot of old ladies there, but they were really nice. And I feel like I was done with all the drama from the neighbor next door. So I was wanting to hang out with more responsible people. Anyway, I thought doing the water aerobics would be good exercise because it took the strain off my back, but I wasn't seeing any results and the classes were expensive, so I had to give that up. It really did help alleviate the pain though. So the next thing I want to get into is I'm going to get a tricycle because I'm scared of riding a bike. I am scared to ride a bike, so I'm going to get a tricycle. And I figured that way I'm not up and my back's not going to hurt so bad. And then that way, you know, whenever I do lose quite a bit of weight, then it won't put so much strain on my back and I'll be able to start doing regular exercises. But for now, the next step is probably going to be the tricycle. Right now I'm at the point where I have to ride a buggy in the store because I can't stand up for too long. And if I lean over the cart, it hurts like my chest and my stomach area. It puts a lot of pressure on there if I try to use it. Adam was kind enough to get me a walker for Christmas, which I haven't used yet out in public because the only place I go out in public seems to be doctor appointments or the store. And at the store, I can't really get groceries and walk in a walker at the same time. It's like, why walk around with the walker at the store when I can use the buggy? They made me cry. They got me a walker for Christmas. I can't sit in most regular seats anymore because I feel like I'm going to break them. I'm scared. I don't want to be responsible for breaking some business's chair. And a lot of them hurt my thighs because my thighs get squeezed between the arms. If it's an armless chair, then yeah, we'll sit on it. But mostly, if it's got arms and it's not wide enough, I don't like taking the risk. I would like to be able to ride in amusement parks again. Or like when they have picnics here in town. But right now I feel like I don't want to break the machine. I know I'm not going to, but that's like the mentality that you get when you get to be a bigger size. There are some I can fit into. I'm at the point where mentally I can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it. I would love to be able to zip line someday. That's one of my goals. I want to get small enough where I can take the kids and we can have a fun day using the zip line. If they don't want to, that's fine because I know Tricity would probably be scared. There's nothing to be scared of though, but can't force her. I would like her to at least try once to see if she likes it because you never know. You never know unless you try. But I definitely want to do it. I would like to be comfortable sitting at the movie theater here in town. I mean, I've been in some movie theaters that the seats are huge and they have recliners and they're amazing. But the ones here in town are really narrow. And like I said, it like pinches my thighs if I try to sit in it. Or it makes them really sore. So that's not really a thing lately. But just imagine though, I could be... If I got healthy enough, I could probably be a fitness instructor. I've always thought that would be cool, but I was like, ain't no way in hell I'm gonna qualify to be one at my size, but I've always wanted to try. I think that would be one of my goals is maybe I could look into doing that. Who knows? I don't know what's gonna happen a year from now, 2 years from now, what my interests are gonna be, if they're gonna be different, what wild hair I'm gonna have up my ass that I want to try. But anyway, maybe someday it can be me trying to save somebody else's health, and that would be awesome because that's what I want to be here for. I would like to help try to inspire others. Maybe I could pursue one of the dreams that I've been held back from. And like I said, with this surgery, I'm supposed to be able to fix my sleep apnea. It's not supposed to be as bad. Fix the diabetes because you're not absorbing sugar as much anymore. Fix my... I don't know if it's going to fix my anemia, though. I think I'm going to have to keep taking iron. It should fix my... I hope it'll fix my hypothyroidism. I know it'll fix my fatty liver, and it helps with the PCOS. And it'll definitely help with my back issues. I hope. And you know what? I feel like I've been working my way up to this for the past few years, because I've gotten to the point where I can't eat greasy food anymore. I don't even like burgers anymore because the oil, I burp it up and I know it sounds weird, but I've complained about this before to some friends. I will burp up the grease when I eat food like pepperoni. I have to boil my burger now if I want to use it in any recipes, otherwise I feel sick. I've gotten to where I love water now. And I think that was because during those 2 months without my medicine, my liver had gotten so bad that I was thirsty constantly. I was drinking like 6 to 8 16-ounce bottles of water a day. I was going through the water, and it got to be where I loved it. I craved it. I wanted it. So now I am doing without soda, and I am drinking water. Don't call me a liar. No, that was just because we went out to eat. We went out to Chin, and I had some soda, and then we got some soda and pizza from the Perry County Community Task Force with our gift bag thing, and so I had a little bit of that. But there's still soda in there. I did not drink it all.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did not. Tris, bring the bottle of soda so I can prove it. This is said soda, and it is more empty than I left it. But that's because Adam had some.
And I did too.
Tricity had some. Thank you.
Can't just drink it all.
No. I thought that I just liked I thought that I just liked Code Red now. I don't even drink Mountain Dew anymore. And I grew up with Mountain Dew. I loved Mountain Dew. I got to where I just don't like it anymore. I thought I liked Code Red, but it took me like 8 hours to drink one of those the other day. I tried.
I haven't had it in a while. It'll help me see faster.
From, what's it called?
HLVRAI.
HLVRAI. Drink the soda, it'll help you see faster. But anyway, other than that incident, I've been drinking water and juices. Well, like high C, V8. I love V8. The doctor gave me a medicine for my heartburn, and now I can drink V8 without feeling sick all the time. Because I used to drink it and I would get really bad heartburn, so bad. But she gave me a daily medicine and no more heartburn. I can enjoy my V8. And about the pasta and bread, I never really cared for bread much anyway. I don't eat burgers with bread. I don't really care for like loaves of bread or rolls or cakes or anything bready or dry. I always liked wet food. I think the hardest part about the surgery is going to be giving up pasta though, because I love pasta. That and having to retrain my mind not to get as big of portions, because my eyes can be bigger than my stomach, as they say, and I will end up getting too much, and then I feel like I have to eat it because I can't waste it. And then nobody else wants it, and I'm like, well, damn, we bought this food. I don't want it to go to waste. But I told Adam, we're just gonna have to get used to waste now, because I'm only gonna be able to eat like 2 or 3 bites of something at a time. Come here, you. Meet Susie, the most amazing, beautiful girl. She is this smart baby who climbed up the ladder. Look at those pretty eyes.
She is the best
Susie,
baby in the world. She is the smartest.
She is the best baby in the world besides you.
No, she is. She's
My
the best
baby.
baby ever.
You're such a best
In the
baby.
history of babies, the best baby is Susie.
We love Susie so much. Yes, we do.
She baby.
Wow! Wow! Zuzu. Hello, are you there? And I don't like candy as much anymore. I used to be a chocoholic. I was crazy about chocolate. And now I have like a bag of chocolate from Halloween that I still can't even finish. You can't, Chloe. You want it? Chloe's licking. She's going.
Lick the teeth.
She wants that chocolate. So anyway, why tell you guys all this and start up TheMultiMom Plus is because when I started looking up videos about this, I couldn't really find any. There's not that many people talking about their surgeries. There's a few. There's some really good ones. There's this one girl that I follow. She is gorgeous and she is hilarious. I love her personality, and I'll put her name here. Ooh. And she is fabulous. There's some people I subscribe to, but she's my favorite so far. Anyway, I want to share my story. Everybody has different perspectives and different things happen for people. I would like to share my experience. It's dinner time, so everybody's making noise. But that's okay, because I'm not a professional. I don't even think I can call myself a YouTuber anymore because I was gone for so long. Am I a YouTuber? I wish you guys could comment, but for some reason they blocked my comments. Anyway, like I said, I can't really find that many people doing these videos. That's why I'm gonna do some. And I was even advised not to do them because people don't need to know, but I feel like they need to know because I needed to know. And since I did find a few people making videos, I want to do the same for others too. So I'm going to risk putting myself out there, risk all the hateful troll comments about my size. I'm risking my vulnerabilities being out there, but I'm gonna do it because maybe I can help somebody else. Maybe you watching this needs the help. Maybe this is exactly what you came here for. I also realize that I'm a lot different than other people doing this. I'm much older than a lot of the women who are like in their early 20s, mid 20s who are getting this done. I also realize I am a lot bigger than them for the time that they had their surgeries. And I've also been doing YouTube for quite a while. And this just like came up in my life. So I decided to take the opportunity. But some of these women I've watched, they've only started up their channels just for the surgery. So yeah, I'm different in a few ways. And different perspectives are good. That's why, you know, I want to do this because like I said, we all have different perspectives. What kind of surgery am I having? Oh yeah, I got a Fitbit too. Well, let's talk about that. So I went in for a consultation as my doctor had suggested, and I went into the Heartland Weight Loss Clinic. I spoke with Dr. Ryan LeGrand. He said, "So what are you here for today? It doesn't really seem like you know what you want." I said, "Well, I talked to my doctor and she referred me to you guys to get a consultation because most of my health problems that I have would benefit from weight loss." He asked if I knew about the different options because I had said I was basically clueless. I said not really, but I knew a little bit about a gastric bypass and I had heard about the lap band. Then he said he had stopped doing lap bands a couple of years ago because there weren't really any good results coming from it. I didn't want to tell him that I was scared of any actual surgery options, so I asked him what were the different things we could do and how they worked. That's when he drew a diagram for me and told me about the different things from the least effective to the most effective. He said,
"First one we have is a vertical sleeve gastrectomy, or what most people refer to as the sleeve, the Roux-en-Y gastric bypass, and the duodenal switch." We're going to talk about the sleeve gastrectomy. All right, this is a stomach. On the sleeve gastrectomy, we take a stapling device and we do this, roughly. And this big floppy part of the stomach called the fundus is going to go away. Now once we do that, your stomach is going to resemble this. So the term sleeve comes from that this is now a sleeve-like structure. It's kind of banana-shaped. It's about a tenth the size of your stomach now, so you can hold about a tenth of the fluids or food. We're not rerouting bowel, we're not doing anything else, we're just getting rid of that big floppy part of the stomach. In doing so, obviously, we are restricting the amount of food you can eat because the stomach's small, and now you don't eat as much, the stomach gets full faster, stays full longer, you eat less, and you lose weight. Not a whole lot of magic there. There's a little bit of magic in that out here where that fundus was, there are some satiety hormones, or hormones that tell your brain that you're full. And those go away when we do this surgery typically. So you lose your hunger for at least the first 3 months, 6 months, even up to 9 months through the first year. This is a tree trunk. No, actually it's not. This is my drawing of a stomach, of a belly, of an abdomen. All my patients know my drawing skills, so they're not going to be too shocked by this. But anyway, this is your belly button right here. Typically, we do this through 5 small incisions, 2 over here, 1 here, and then 2 over here. Sometimes 1 less, sometimes 1 more. And all the incisions, I don't know, can we see this? Are down here in the corner. This is actual size. You'll have a couple incisions that are about this size and a couple of that size. When you wake up from a surgery like this, there shouldn't be any tubes, lines, drains, catheters, anything like that. Just these 5 small incisions with a little bit of glue on top of them. And all of our surgeries are done through similar incisions, by the way, but we'll talk about that more next week. So, why is the sleeve good? What is it going to do for me? Well, first of all, we do it laparoscopically, like I just said, through 5 small incisions. It usually takes about an hour, roughly, give or take, if we're dealing with a hiatal hernia or some other anatomic variant. It can be outpatient in certain situations, and it's typically an overnight stay in the hospital. Who gets these surgeries? Well, typically folks who have BMIs or body mass index of 35 or greater. They have some other comorbidities that go along with the obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes, sleep apnea, reflux, all of those things. You've had weight loss attempts in the past. You've tried to lose weight by some other means other than surgery, whether that's through diet pills or a diet, exercise, those things. And then when can I go back to work? You can go back to work in about a week or two. I see everybody a week out from surgery. If you're doing well, we're getting all of our fluids in, our protein, we're up moving around, our pain's controlled, then I'm okay with going back to work in certain situations, depending on what you do for a living. If you don't work, you're lucky and you're good. So how much are you going to lose? You're going to lose about 50 to 60% of your excess weight. So here's an example. Here's Karen. Karen's your average female. She's 5 feet 4 inches. She weighs 235 pounds. Her ideal body weight, however, is 125 pounds. In my mind, that's actually a little bit low, but that's what the book says, and that's typically what we go by. So she is 110 pounds overweight or excess body weight. So if we're going to lose 50 to 60% of that, simple math, we're going to lose between 62.5 to 75 pounds on average at 1 year. Now, it's a bell curve, so most people are going to fall somewhere in that 50 to 60 range. That doesn't mean you can't lose all of your excess weight or 80% of it. Or maybe we're not doing everything we should be doing that Dr. LeGrand tells you to do, and we've only lost 30% of it. But most people are going to fall in this range. So Karen now was 235. She lost the weight. She's a year out from surgery, and she weighs probably about 160, 165 pounds, and she's happy and maintaining her weight loss through a good diet and some exercise and other things that we'll discuss, and lives happily ever after. So that's the sleeve gastrectomy. Takes about an hour. It's an overnight stay or possibly outpatient. We are going to lose probably at least half or maybe a little more of our excess weight. And that's that.
Then he told me about the gastric bypass, which in my opinion is completely different than the sleeve. Let's say this is the human body. Just pretend with me. You've got the liver, the stomach, and the intestines. With the gastric bypass, the stomach is cut so that a small pouch is formed. I'm the pouch! Don't worry, it doesn't actually talk like that. Then a small part of the intestines is cut and sewn to the newly created pouch, as if it were the end of the stomach. Doing this makes it so that less food is eaten and less calories are absorbed by the intestines. Our job is easier. This job stinks anyway. Quiet, you. And then we talked about the loop duodenal switch. The loop duodenal switch is also known as the bibliopancreatic diversion, as well as the BPD/DS. Some people also call it the duodenal switch. Basically, it's like a mix of a sleeve and a gastric bypass. Let's say this is my liver. I will have to go on a special liver diet that consists of just liquids to shrink my liver before surgery. Next, let's say this is my stomach, and these are my intestines. From what I understand during the surgery, they will cut off about 85 to 90% of my stomach, and it will become about the size of a banana. Ooh! Then they will cut off a large portion of my intestines and will remove more of them than they do for a gastric bypass. They will reattach what's left of my intestines to my stomach. Here's a little bit from my binder that they gave me about the loop duodenal switch. The duodenum, or the first portion of the small intestine, is divided just past the outlet of the stomach. A segment of the distal last portion, small intestine, is then brought up and connected to the outlet of the newly created stomach so that when the patient eats, the food goes through a newly created tubular stomach pouch and empties directly into the last segment of the small intestine. Roughly 3/4 of the small intestine is bypassed by the food stream. Advantages are that this results in potential greater weight loss than the gastric bypass. It allows patients to eventually eat near normal meals, normal as in like a skinny person's meal that a person should be eating instead of like a larger person meal. Reduces the absorption of fat by 70% or more, and it's the most effective against diabetes compared to the gastric bypass. Some disadvantages is that it has higher complication rates and risk for mortality than the gastric bypass. It has greater potential to cause protein deficiencies and long-term deficiencies in a number of vitamin and minerals. For example, iron, calcium, zinc, fat-soluble vitamins such as vitamin D. And compliance with follow-up visits and care and strict adherence to dietary and vitamin supplementation guidelines are critical to avoid serious complications from protein and certain vitamin deficiencies. So basically this means that I will have to take vitamins for the rest of my life. I told him that's okay though, because I take them every day anyway. Then he told me how long each procedure would take, as well as how long the recovery would take, and what he would be doing with each one, and that he would be using a robot for part of it. Oh, and if you guys are concerned about him not wearing a mask, he got his COVID vaccination, so he was safe to be uncovered. Me and the doctor both agreed that this is the best option for me. We think it'll fix almost all my health problems. So at this point, it's like, it's not that I wanted to do it, because I was scared. I was scared of any kind of surgery. I don't want to go in and have my stomach sliced up or have my intestines cut up and taken out and rearranged. I don't want that. But I'm going to do it because they told me I pretty much have to. I need to. The way things are going, the diabetic diet isn't helping. The medicine is doing what it can, but it can only do so much. They can't keep upping my dose. Otherwise, I will end up having something wrong with my kidneys or like with my liver. So this is something that I have to do right now. My Kuma bear. This is my Kuma bear. This is my cat. Zuzi is Tricity's cat. Snoots was my cat, and then she pissed me off so much I didn't. Tricity took her over, and then this was supposed to be for the girls, but they were mistreating her, so I took her over, and this is my baby now. Kuma baby. Kuma. This is my little ragdoll muffin. You know, mommy. I always hold her like this. And then I look her in the face and I say, has anyone told you how beautiful you are today? My sweet baby. I give her little pep talks. She's in heat though, so it's annoying because she won't stop arching her back. Anyway, say hi. Say hi. She's most beautiful. Say hi. Hi, baby. Anyway, I don't remember if I said this, but I'm no professional, so don't take anything I say to heart. Don't report anything I say because I'm not a professional. I'm just telling you guys what I know about it so far. Am I scared for the surgery? I'm scared for the part that of going under and being cut open because I get infections easily. And I'm also allergic to nickel, but they said that the staples are made of titanium. So when I sing Titanium by Sia, I will literally be saying I am titanium. Because, you know, what if you're that one person out of whatever statistics they have, what if you're that one person that ends up, something happens and you die? So that's the scary part. When the doctor told me that I needed to speak to the bariatric surgeon, I did ask if there were any non-surgical options because I was terrified of surgery. And she said to just talk to him. And I did, and that made a world of difference because now I'm excited for the surgery. And I will start documenting it from here on in. I wish I had recorded the pep talk that he gave me because it might help some other people who might be thinking about getting it done. And I'm really excited. The duodenal switch, that's the most extreme option. And he said that one shows the most benefits, and that's the one that we agreed upon. Will I get that one? I don't know. I haven't had my stuff run through surgery yet. I still have to speak to a psychiatrist because I have to have a psych evaluation done. I still have to speak to a dietitian. And then when it comes time for the surgery, he might not even be able to do everything he needs if things don't go right. So I might just end up with just the sleeve. And then he said we can go in later and do the duodenal switch. But I'm really hoping it's all in one go and that it's the one that I want. And that's what scares me too, because every time I really, really want something, it doesn't happen. So I don't want this too bad, but I really want it. What also really helped me not to feel so scared was watching other people's YouTube videos, because this one guy I saw. Anyway, he ended up having a leak while he was in the hospital still, and his lungs started collapsing, and he ended up, his body gave out. His body gave up and gave out, and they saved his life. And he was in I think he said he was out for 2 days. Anyway, I'm probably messing up this story, but the point is, I feel like if anything bad is to happen with this, at least I am already in the hospital. And anybody that I've seen something bad happen to, they recovered. And with the doctor that I chose, he's pretty much only the option that I had, but he did say that, and I've read reviews online too, that he's been doing this for between 11 to 15 years, I think. And he said in all that time he's only had one patient, which I read 2 online, who have had the Adam's dancing, that have had a leak. And obviously if they were able to post about it, then that means that they're alive. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm sure I'll be taken care of. I love you. No, stop! Don't get me scared. He goes. He's trying to be quiet because he thinks it's respectful, but I don't care if he talks. I think it's adorable when he tries to get in on my videos. I was supposed to have my scope already done, but then came the snow days, and there went any trip to Cape. So I couldn't go to the hospital and get my scope done. But now they said they have this tool where they can just do the scope in the office. So they're going to do that when I talk to the dietitian next week. Sweet babies. You love me. I love you. I'm gonna get lipstick on your nose. I'm sorry. Aww. So anyway, with that being said, I hope I've cleared up everything in this video. I'm gonna check my notes, make sure there's nothing else that I wanted to say. I hope it's thorough. Expect to see more videos about it, because I definitely want to share my progress. And now that I've addressed my size publicly, I feel like I've got nothing to hide anymore. And you know what? I feel really relieved. I know I'm probably going to be freaking out when I go to put the publish button and share it on Twitter. I'm not worried about sharing it on Facebook because my family knows me anyway. But on Twitter is where I have a lot of friends that, you know, might not have known about this. But it's a relief. It's a relief to finally have it out there. I'm still going to do regular vlogs with the family. I have a bunch from throughout the last year that I wanted to share, but I didn't have a computer or the software to edit them. I'm going to edit them and then get them up. Still going to do gaming videos because I still have a lot of things I want to play. All the stuff that I wanted to do before, I'm still going to do because this is the multi-mom after all. And actually, the smaller I get, the more you'll probably see of me in regular videos. I was telling Adam, I was like, once I get slim enough where I feel confident to show my whole body in the camera, then I will probably set up a little area in the kitchen and start actually making cooking videos other than just focusing on the food. I will focus on me making the food, and I think that would be awesome because that's how I always wanted to do it. I was just too scared. Well, I wouldn't say much scared. I was more like I was too ashamed. I was too embarrassed. I was too conservative. See, I grew up in a world where showing off your body or being overweight or anything like that was just like, even different colored hair was looked down upon for a long time. And like nose piercings, it's like, oh, she's scandalous, she's got a nose piercing. Well, now times have changed. People are more accepting of bigger people. People are more accepting of different hair colors and eye colors and piercings and tattoos. And I feel like now is finally my time to shine. It's finally my time to be the person that I always wanted to be, who I deserve to be. And I know that this surgery is going to change me in more ways than one. Oh, there's so much more I want to talk about, but I want to save it for other videos. So I'm going to wrap this up. It's probably been way too long enough as it is. And I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you all will enjoy this journey with me, and I will see you all later. High five!